On August 3, 2014, Greg Dobson was critically injured in a fire at his home in Defiance, Ohio. Nearly 9 months after the blaze, Dobson's physical therapists say he's a miracle patient.
I was outside lighting the grill, and my shirt caught with the grill, and it just ignited, and flames came up. And my neighbor was outside cutting grass on a Sunday. He never cut grass on a Sunday. We lived there over a year. He never cut grass on a Sunday. And he seen me, and he got some blankets and covered me up. And I think if it wouldn't have been for him, I probably wouldn't have made it. And I remember going to the hospital, and the doctor said, "We can't do anything for him here. You have to send him to Toledo." I'm like, "Oh, come on, doc." And they put me on the helicopter, and I didn't remember anything until my wife told me about the kids on Halloween.
To be honest, I didn't know the severity of the situation. He was talking, he was coherent, he was telling me he loved me like over and over. And being that he was talking, I just thought he was, just burnt a little bit. But when I got to St. V's, they kind of told me the magnitude of it, that it was, at first it was over 63%, but then just as, he was there longer, the percentage grew. And so they did put him in the sedated coma for over 2 months.
Yeah.
And so I didn't think he would make, he honestly had a negative 10% chance to make it, so.
I just had lost my wife,
Mm-hmm.
and when my daughter-in-law called me, she said, "Pop, say Greg got burnt, but it's not bad." And I just jumped in my car and drove down here to Toledo. And when we got here, we all were sitting in the waiting room, and the custodian told Jennifer and I that she have seen him come in worse than this, and they walked out. And you know how that made us feel? It just uplifted us.
Yeah, the first skin grafting surgery, well, our father was there too. He was not positive about the outcome, the plastic surgeon. And he just said, "I'm sorry, this is the worst burn I've ever seen, and there's not anything I can do." And at that point, I just remember holding holding the doctor's hand and saying, "Please, we have 2 babies, please." And I think then he saw that this is a real person with a family, and a good person. And just from there, I just remember praying that whole night. The whole night I just went to the chapel at St. V's and prayed and prayed. And I know everybody else was praying. And honestly, the next skin grafting surgery he had, everything was positive from that same doctor. Everything started getting better. And to be honest, I know it's from prayer. That's what it's from. Everyone's prayers in the community and family, and just prayer is just amazing. It's the best gift anybody can give. So.
Once we all prayed, I just turned it over to Jesus. I said, "Lord, don't take it." And ever since then, make no difference what the doctor said, I just kept that faith. And look at it now. Prayers. The Lord answered prayers.
I was used to doing everything not asking for help. I couldn't eat. I couldn't feed myself. They wanted to cut my hand off. Seriously. They wanted to chop it off, yeah. Amputate it. Well, the right word is amputate.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't walk. I thought I was never going to walk again. I wasn't very positive. I put my wife and my father through hell. I think I did.
It's been hard. I kept saying, he's the one that's going through the worst of it. I wasn't feeling sorry for me or anybody else. It was, our focus was on him, but it was hard, raising the kids by myself, trying to keep my job, trying to work, run a business, and, rebuild a home, by myself, pretty much. I have said from the beginning, material things, they can be replaced. Once somebody is injured, that replaces all of that. You don't worry so much about little things that might be lost. It's a person, you know. So.
I hope end of May, early June, I'm back at home. Get some home cooking.
You know, in the beginning, he was reluctant to come down to the therapy room, but, you know, he eventually got to the point where he started coming down here, and he loves it. I mean, he comes down here, he'll do anything and everything you ask him. He's always wanting to improve, always wanting to get better. I mean, just completely different person from when we first started working to him to where he is now, and, you know, so motivated, and, you know, just completely different guy, you know, and he's just been doing great. He's a miracle, you know, and it's been a privilege working with him. So
to see the level of progression is just unbelievable. Hour and a half, 2 hours a day, nonstop therapy. So walking miracle.
Yep, he is.
Monday morning, Brian came in here and said, "You know what? We're not going to use that walker. I want you to get up and walk to the therapy room, which is, you know, about 50 yards, if that." I said, "What?" I said, "Brian, I can't do that." He said, "Yes, you can." He helped me up. I stood up. I'm like, okay. He got the wheelchair behind me, and I walked halfway to therapy, and I had to sit down because I was tired. I sat down for about a minute 30, and he helped me back up, and I walked to the therapy room. We did that probably Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe Thursday. And then that Friday for sure, I said, "Brian, you know what? I don't want the wheelchair. I'm just going to walk all the way." And ever since then, I've been walking. Yeah, so it wasn't easy. I can tell you that.
He was walking a little bit of that day, and I noticed he had a little extra bounce in his step. And I said, let's just try to walk today, and, you know, we'll see what happens. If we have to, we'll get a chair and sit, but let's try it. Let's push forward. And that was a big day for all of us, him, staff, all of us.
So he's gonna.
Oh, I gotta stretch.
Wow. So awesome.
That's the first time you seen it?
I mean, I couldn't move my fingers at first, and my legs were dead. They were dead. I couldn't stand or nothing.
It's still a long road, but I mean, he's amazing. He's doing great.